turns out Joe Biden actually actually is a Freemason. He joined a lodge, or he was admitted into a lodge. He was inducted into a lodge. All of those things are true. He joined a lodge. He was inducted into a lodge. He was made a Mason this week. And I was thinking, why? I needed more information. So, being a journalist, I had to do some fact finding. I had to do some digging. And the first thing I found, and it wasn't that hard to find, y'all could find it too, was that Joe Biden was made a member of this particular lodge. They sent out, and notice the lodge posted it on their Facebook, but I was able to find the pictures. You see Joe Biden there. Oh, sorry, with who appears to be the worshipful master of the lodge. That's definitely a worshipful master. That's definitely some Masonic stuff right there. I wish Joe Biden wore better shoes, but that hug is. Oh wait, no, he's not giving him a hug. They doing some other stuff. That's all I'm gonna say about that. Ain't my, I'm gonna mind my business. But I will say this: Joe Biden here is a member. Here's the resolution. It was with great pleasure that I, Victor C. Major 27th, the most worshipful Grand Master, welcome our newest member to the Prince Hall family. Keep Prince Hall in your mind, y'all. Keep Prince Hall there. Prince Hall is important here. I'll explain to you why Prince Hall is important. Don't think Prince Hall is a small thing here. He said on Sunday, January 19th, at a private event, Master Mason membership with full honors were conferred upon President Joseph R. Biden Jr. in recognition of his outstanding service to the United States of America. So he was made a Mason while president. Remember, the inauguration wasn't for the next day. Yes, he definitely wasn't going to nothing. Biden wasn't doing nothing but doing this. So this was the resolution of his membership. There's more that I could show you, but I think y'all get the point. Y'all want to see a little bit more? Okay, I'll show you a little bit more. Just so y'all don't think I'm making this stuff up. The resolution of his membership. The resolution of his membership is right here. To be a Freemason is to be part of a brotherhood dedicated to personal growth, service to others, and the pursuit of knowledge, blah, blah, blah. Whereas Joe Biden has demonstrated exceptional dedication. Whereas his service reflects the core values of the most worshipful Prince Hall Grand Lodge. Whereas his contributions, therefore be resolved to hereby confer membership upon him. Be it further resolved that this resolution of membership be recorded in the archives of the most worshipful Prince Hall Grand Lodge of free and accepted Masons of the state of South Carolina. This is fascinating. It's fascinating for a few reasons. First of all, why is Joe Biden becoming a Freemason? That's the first thing, right? That's just strange. Why is he becoming a Prince Hall Freemason? That is even stranger, although I understand why a black lodge might do that. So let me give you a little backdrop for those that don't know. A lot of you know about Freemasonry and all the talk about secret societies and all the narratives about all the presidents are members of these secret societies like Skull and Bones, and they're all secret Masons, and that Masons run the world, and that you hear all of this stuff all the time. But the idea is that it's secretive. The idea is that you don't know that this stuff happens. But they made it clear that Joe Biden is a member. And Joe Biden made it clear that Joe Biden is a member. This is not secretive stuff. Also, they didn't just make him an honorary, to be clear. This isn't an honorary promotion. This isn't an honorary appointment. Joe Biden was made a Master Mason. He was made a Master Mason. Now, there are people who have tried to um, pretend this isn't true. There are people who are promoting it as a lie, but these photos are showing something different. Now, I'm not trying to be um, a conspiracy theorist. I'm not on that type time. I never have been, never will be. So if you all can show me that these things are photoshopped, look, you ain't. I'm on board. I am happy to rescind this. It seems like a strange story to me, but the photos show that he is. The resolution show that he is. The uh, the letter, the resolution, all of it show that he is. So it would be very strange for this to turn out to not be true. I think that the Biden people or whoever is trying to cover up for the Biden people are trying to make this not true. But I'm going directly to the Conference of Grand Masters PHA. PHA is Prince Hall affiliated. They're showing themselves here. And on this same page, they are showing Joe Biden being made a Freemason. Remember, it said on Sunday, January 19th, at a private event, Master Mason membership. So Joe Biden wasn't just given an honorary title, he was made a Master Mason. There's only one way to be made a Master Mason. There's only one way to be made a Master Mason. There is only one way to be made a Master Mason. Now, let me say another piece is, and we're going to get to the Catholic part of this. He's This is a Prince Hall lodge. You may say, well, why are all these Negroes there? Why are black people? Why are black people part of this ceremony? Surely, if this is an organization that runs the world, ain't a bunch of Negroes running it. I'd say that's a solid argument. But he didn't just join a Masonic lodge. He didn't just become a Master Mason. He became part of a Prince Hall uh, lodge. Now, if you don't know Prince Hall, Freemasonry goes back a long time. Some would say since time immemorial. Some would say that. There are hundreds of thousands of Masons, millions of Masons probably around the world. But here in the United States, black people were not allowed in the lodge. Black people were not allowed to become members of the Masonic lodges. And so they started their own, a man named Prince Hall. If you don't know who Prince Hall is, y'all should look him up. He's an extraordinary figure. He was an abolitionist. He was part of the free black community in Boston. And later on, they don't want you to know this part. He was also part of the Back to Africa movement, among other things. Anyway, Prince Hall started a lodge. And so if you are a Freemason and you are black in the United States, you are probably part of a Prince Hall lodge. You are PHA. You are Prince Hall affiliated. Right. So you can either be part of a Prince Hall Lodge, you can be part of a Prince Hall affiliated lodge. You could be, and then there are some who are non-Prince Hall or they're non-whatever. Some people call them irregular lodges, some call them clandestine or clandestine lodges. Some people say that they're fake. Other people say, who are you to say that we can't make our lodges? Saying, well, y'all made lodges, we can make lodges. I don't care about all of that right now. The idea, though, is at the core. This is night school, so I got to break down just a little bit of this. Prince Hall tried to get into a white lodge. It wasn't just him. It was 15 of them. They tried to get into a white lodge, and they wouldn't let them in. Why? Because they were black. Anyway, they started their own lodge with their own rituals, etc. And this is how they got to be who they are. So it's interesting that a black lodge would be trying so hard to admit Joseph Robinette Biden. I mean, I'm not telling them guys what to do, but I do think it's interesting. I do think it's interesting that you had the opportunity to admit someone into the lodge, um, and you decided to admit a white man. Given the history of um, given the history of Prince Hall Masonry, it just seems a little strange to me that y'all would use your energy and time to admit this white man. I get it; he's the president. I get you get attention. I get all of that. But at the end of the day, it seems like a strange choice again to admit Joe Biden into um, a Prince Hall Lodge. It's just like the black fraternities, Divine Nine fraternities or sororities. Like, oh, we got, oh, let's admit this white man. Oh, let's admit this white woman. Like, why? I'm not saying white people shouldn't be members of these organizations. I'm just saying if you're going to bestow the honor, why give it to Bill Clinton? You know what I'm saying? Like, why not give it to a black person? If somebody wants to join and do what they got to do to get in, that's different. But like these honorary degrees and such, I don't understand it. I just don't understand it. But that's neither here nor there. They admitted Joe Biden. He is a member of the Freemasons. Now, the next thing um, um, that I think we have to think about is the Catholic piece of it. The Catholic Church is upset. The Catholic Church forbids members for being of for they forbid members of the Catholic Church to be what? Masons. You cannot be a member of Freemasonry and be a Catholic, according to the Pope. Somebody just posted, "Stop, Rory is your damn frat. Stop it." Again, Jared, maybe you didn't hear what I said. I don't have a problem if you join the organization and do what you have to do to get in. Rory is not just a Kappa. Rory is a noob. Rory did what he needed to do to get into the organization the same way I did. Rory is not honorary. And again, Kappa doesn't do honorary. Rory did the rough, rugged road that I did, and vice versa. Nothing but respect for Rory. What I said is, if you are giving an honorary membership to somebody, if you're going to give somebody the honor who didn't go through the road, who didn't pledge, who didn't do admission, depending on what year, because pledging used to be legal, whatever. Like, if you didn't do that stuff, why are we giving away our membership to people who aren't black? That's what I'm saying. If you're a black organization and you're giving away free memberships, why give it to Bill Clinton? That's what I said. There are plenty of white people in my frat who I love and respect, some of whom made me, a lot of whom I made, and it's all love, it's all good. Ain't got nothing to do with that. So please don't mix those two things or try to make an issue where there isn't one. But with Joe Biden, he is a Catholic, and the church, the Pope has been very clear. The popes have been clear for hundreds of years that you can't do this. But as recently as like a few years ago, the Pope stood up and said, no, still can't be a Catholic and a Freemason. There are different theories about why. Uh, the most popular theory and the most popular argument is they say that there's somehow a competing loyalty if you are a Catholic, um, and you're a member of this organization because of what happens inside of these organizations. That is a theory. Others say that it has much more to do with going back to Italy, and the role that Freemasons played both with the Jesuits and also the role that they played in kind of competing nationalism, and that this is political, not spiritual. I can tell you that there are many Freemasons. I know black and white Freemasons. There are plenty of Freemasons who um, who don't see it as a conflict with their faith. There are many pastors and preachers and bishops and deacons who are members of um, these churches, and members of Freemasonry, and there's no competing agenda. The idea that people are inside of these lodges, drinking goat's blood, is you know powerful, and it's a strong narrative, but it seems to be at odds with how most people experience Freemasonry. Um, but Joe Biden did it. And so people are saying, well, then you can't be a Catholic. Now, other people are saying, well, shit, Joe Biden ain't been a real Catholic in a long time. If we're talking about faith traditions, what does it mean to be the leader of an empire? What does it mean to proceed over a genocide? What does it mean to be pro? If the Pope says abortion is a sin, and you're Joe Biden, being pro-choice, are you already outside the boundaries of the faith? I'm not saying he is. I'm saying that that's the debate that many Catholics are having. So on right-wing Twitter and certainly on Catholic Twitter, I'm seeing so many people saying Joe Biden is not this, Joe Biden is not that. But for me, there's a more interesting question, which is if Joe Biden is just now becoming a Freemason, does that fly in the face of the argument that all the presidents are part of a secret society? That all the presidents are part of are Freemasons. That to be president, you have to be a Freemason. Now you could say he just joined the Black Freemasons. He's part of the real. He been part of the real one. He already did all the satanic rituals and he already did all the secret stuff before. Now all he's doing is doing a nice little public relations stunt for the Black folk. But I'm like, why? On your last day in office, this is what you want to do? And who's it for? And also, does he remember it? Like, is Joe Biden part of is he mentally sound enough to make a decision to join any organization? I don't care, what I'm saying, if it's Columbia House Records. Can he make the decision to get them 10 CDs for $1? I don't know. I don't know. I know that you can't join any secret organization, any public organization, make any commitment uh without averring, right? That you can do this without any hesitation or mental reservation of mind in me, whatever, right? Like you can't do that. You can't be a Kappa or a Sigma. You can't be an AKA or a Delta if you're not mentally sound. You can't become a Eastern Star or you can't become nothing if you don't have a sound mind. Now you could say he just ran the country. Surely he could join an organization. I would say maybe he shouldn't have been running the country, but that's a different conversation. Anyway, I don't want to belabor the point, but Joe Biden is absolutely a Mason. Joe Biden is absolutely part of this organization. Joe Biden absolutely has pissed off all the Catholics. Um, I gotta see. I gotta see what it is, man. I gotta see how this plays out. I don't know if Joe Biden will speak in public ever again, but I'm interested, and I'm sure he'll never go to South Carolina. Why South Carolina? Right? Like the extent that Democrats will go to exploit Black people and to make it seem like they down. You know what I'm saying? Like now you're from Delaware, you're born in Scranton, you live in DC. Why the hell are you joining a Masonic lodge in South Carolina? Is this to make Clyburn happy? It's weird.